So welcome to our session, and we are here to quickly share our successes with a faculty development change that took place summer of 2020 at The Ohio State University through the Michael V. Drake Institute. And during that time, I was an intern in my doctoral program, and I joined the lovely people on the picture on the screen, Larry Hurtubise, Melinda Rhodes-DiSalvo, and Carol Hasbrouck. So they'll pop their information into the chat just for the sake of time about who they are and what they do, if you want to reach out to them, because they're just amazing people. And you should know them. So let's dive right on in. If you did not know, we're going to ask you to pop we're going to want you to maybe participate with us and throw an answer into the chat box. What are the benefits of a virtual communities of practice? What do you know? And we'd love to hear from you. Melinda is going to be in on the chat there. So if you didn't know, a true community of practice supports the communal development of new ideas. And it's done through three ways. First is through community, and those are peers with like-minded people with like-minded interests, usually love of teaching or maybe love of crafts. It's in your practice, so what is your experience or expertise in your skill? And third is domain, is your specific content area. And then you add in the virtual aspect, and that's just, being here online through Zoom or other outlets. So Melinda, what do we have flying through?
Well, we have a lot flying through. We're talking about connecting across large distances, and I pointed out that we did have regional and national experts assist us with some of the innovations at hand. And Christina is talking about knowing and engaging with people who care about what you do, and everybody was deeply invested in our community of practice.
Yes, Christina. Mm-hmm.
And sharing triumphs and failures, Bruce noted, and we had our share of failures as we moved through. And I think it really was helpful for the faculty to hear about that, because not everything went wonderfully.
Right. That's it. And we like to be honest about that, right? You have to have a little bit you have the good, and then you have some things you have to work on to truly develop something well. So that really actually leads into rapid prototyping. So we used rapid prototyping model as our design workflow, and it's supposed to open up creativity and ideation, which is urgent and actionable to your place of practice. So this model that you see on the screen consists of our three phases. So phase one is ideation, where a group of people form their ideas. So you examine what you have and you align it with the needs in your institution. So you're not inventing something. You're looking at what you currently have in place. So at the Drake Institute, this looked like the team, Melinda, our team, reviewing what was existing in their faculty development on performance data. What do they need in the moment? The second phase is creating the prototype, and that's where the group idea is formed and prepared to be presented. So again, at the Drake Institute, they formed virtual communities of practice on Zoom to help with their course redesign, and also as a call to response for COVID when people were trying to transition to online learning. The final stage is the iterative cycle for improvement. And it's cyclical for a reason. So you plan and you do your portion of what you and your team want for logistics. And at the Drake Institute, the cycle was going to happen every couple weeks in spring. So they had these sessions every couple weeks, and they would gather feedback. And that's the study part. So they would get kind of informal and formal feedback from the people that attended. And then once you gather your data, you act on the findings, right? So you make small adjustments like based on the data that you received in the moment. What was they liked? What did they not like? What did they need more or less of? And then the action is what you and your team choose to make the adjustments, start the plan, do study act cycle again. So we gathered data from everybody from spring, decided on those choices of what would best fit the faculty needs at the Institute at Ohio State. And then we completed a second cycle in the summer with the summer sessions. And it's really good to use the cycle because you can really create an effective program that's helpful with faculty developers and quickly discover what is necessary. And it's nice because it's also in a safe to fail environment. And that's what's really important, what Melinda talked about, safe to fail, where you make mistakes, but you come back around with what will support your faculty. So now here we are back in another chat section. So now that we just talked about benefits, let's what would it look like within your community? So I'm going to pass this over to Larry. I'm giving him my tag team high five. There you go. Grab it, run with it, Larry.
So I just wanted to sort of reiterate that idea of failure. So one of the things that we did was we failed on purpose with some of the things that we tried so that our faculty could learn what it was like to be in Zoom, to teach virtually, to try different things, what worked, what didn't work, what did you have to do to make things work, and really wanted to get them together as a supportive thing to fight sort of isolation. Some of the things that we heard was that we have an instructional redesign program here at Ohio State, and so a lot of our faculty engaged in that instructional redesign program, and some of those have even moved on to scholarly projects and are being published. So it really moved folks along that sort of scholarly process. And it really helped us, the rapid prototyping really helped us to change on a dime based on our faculty's needs. And so they had a real ownership of what it is we talked about and engagement in what we were doing. And really helped us to find out what new things we needed to do, but what old things we needed to stop, what new ways of doing things, what new requirements there were. And I don't know if you all remember this, but last year our accrediting bodies were like not sure what it meant to be doing some of our in-person preceptorships and fulfilling those requirements. And so in our health sciences, everybody had different requirements, and that was moving target. So it helped us really meet those needs. And then, and I guess we've already sort of discussed this rapid prototyping. Melinda, what are folks saying in the chat?
Mainly just talking about collegiality. And again, I like the action research and design thinking references that people are making or they're identifying. And that's just completely on target.
Yeah, so we're coming back around to the question. I know this was a quick, ignited kind of quick session we have here to really talk about like several months of work, but what do you all, just kind of listening quickly, what do you think might be the benefits of this for your place of practice, something that we did at The Ohio State? And you're welcome to, I guess, in the chat, or if somebody wanted to unmute themselves, because we do have, looks like we have maybe like a second. If there's somebody that wanted to say something, they're free to. So while you're thinking, definitely be thinking about it. We have this, I know we'll have it up on Twitter, the model, and definitely we'll be willing to share resources. And hopefully we can put our names or emails out there for you if anybody's interested in pursuing this idea and what it looks like to go through a rapid prototyping cycle in the way that we did it. More than happy to share that with you all. And then, of course, to summarize, the three things that we wanted to take home was that, virtual communities of practice really create that value for all of your stakeholders, including students, right? And the rapid prototyping model is this design workflow that opens up creativity and ideation. I love those 2 points because as educators, that's what we strive to do, is be creative in our work. But it's also urgent and actionable to you and your institution. And then Melinda, if she didn't do it yet, she's going to pop a video link, a YouTube link in the chat. And if you would like to have more information on what went down at the Drake Institute and how it happened, please click on the link and follow it. It's got a little music in there for you, for those music lovers.
I think I'm having to correct the link. I will get it in there.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure you get the link. But it's really good to follow just to kind of see the whole picture. And it also has feedback from the people that attended the session and what they gained, like faculty, what they gained from it, which is really important. So that is the end of our session. Thank you.